So vision therapy has been like a very new thing in my awareness, and um, I guess in high school I started noticing that things were a lot harder for me. I grew up at a school where for 10 years it was a very comfortable, small, intimate environment, and um, it wasn't it was so dynamic that they were able to work with me and nothing ever came to surface that maybe something was wrong, until I went to public high school, and um, hours of reading, hours of homework. I went to sleep for 3 hours every night for um, multiple years and just completely drained myself. And that was the only way I could actually keep getting the grades that I was, which, yeah, I went to educational psychologists and they said, well, you have such a tired brain, we can't figure out why you're performing like in a very, like there's a discrepancy here, and something dropped off, like we didn't pursue it because I was so tired, nothing was making sense. Um, and I was getting panic attacks every day. So we started treating the anxiety with medication, and that, like, thank God it turned my life around in some respects. But I think, like, I've always felt that there was something still missing, or something that wasn't being touched on, and it had to do with my attention span, and I wasn't sure. So my friend Josh, who works here, we started talking about vision therapy and what he's doing, and started just having questions about my own experience. And I have started to understand that there is something about how I relate to space and how I use my eyes. And I thought, okay, like maybe this is the opportunity to just get this checked out and see if this is something that contributes to what I do experience. And turns out there is something, and that it was really surprising and validating for me to know that, first of all, there's something there that went unnoticed, and kind of just validates that, like, something to make my experience a little bit legitimate, and those things that made me feel different from other people or made it feel harder for me than other people, and that I had to put in so much extra work just to get like the grades that I was getting or whatever, that, like, it made me emotional when I found out that like I had binocular vision dysfunction. And even more exciting that it's things that can actually I can get better at and reduce my symptoms and stop needing to nap all the time, and have headaches every single day. Like, I say it's my eyebrows. I turn to my mom and I say my eyebrows are hurting, and now I understand why. But yeah, I am really grateful to have this diagnosis and to start working on this, and hopefully change my world in so many different ways. I think in more ways than I'm even aware of. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I guess it's been 2.5 full weeks of doing vision therapy, and I have really noticed an improvement of, like, eye movement skills, like things that I couldn't do before. I'm noticing myself having conversations with my brain of, like, okay, converge your eyes, like, because if you do this, you can get the image clear. And even if it's not the most natural or organic yet, I'm noticing that I'm building the muscle memory, or getting to a point where it will be muscle memory for me, and seeing things that that I wasn't seeing before, which is really kind of crazy if you think about it, that you can walk in one reality and then find out that you haven't been seeing it correctly or in a way that you could be, and have this transition space of actually working on skills to get you into a much less stressed, more like a richer experience of the world that's not taxing to the brain. Like, it kind of blows my mind. I think it's like, at this point, it's the little things within the actual activities that we do that I can make an image. If two things are completely across the page from one another and I'm wearing the special glasses, and I can bring the images together by just like really working with my brain and my eyes to bring those images together. I don't think I was able to do that to the extent that I am able to now. And there's like this moment where it clicks and it becomes one single image. I'm like, okay, you did it. Yeah, so it's like, at this point, it's the really small things, but I get these like subtle victories that make me feel like I'm improving, and I think they'll just build up, and with more time and more vision therapy, I'll really see drastic differences and also reduce symptoms of my headaches and everything, which is the most, the thing I want the most. You have to be honest in what you see, that there are going to be moments where you're conflicted with what the logic of the activity and what you maybe want to tell the therapist is true, but and like make hard decisions about what you actually see. But ultimately, the only way to actually improve is to like say I don't know, and allow yourself to not know, and kind of fall into the vulnerability of okay, maybe I'm not yet to a place where I can actually tell whether something's in front or behind or whatever it may be, and just say I don't know, and know that within a few weeks or whatever the timeline of the person's therapy plan is, that you'll be able to start telling differences just a little bit more and more, and that I don't know becomes I know. I'm looking forward to reading like a normal person. I love reading. I love getting knowledge and just like filling my brain with new information. But when I have to go to sleep after 10 minutes of it, I like, on the one hand I do avoid it, but on the other hand I seek it because I want the information, but I know I have to have the perfect conditions to read. And to think that I could pick up a book at any time and just get the information that I want and not feel tired or have to plan for it, or even have to plan my whole life. Right now I've had to plan my whole life around my eyes and I didn't know it. I've had to take naps before seeing friends. I've had to cancel on friends because I'm too tired. And when I say tired, it's like brain fog, that now I understand this from my visual processing system. And I think I'm so looking forward to my life just operating in a much more flowing way where I can feel at ease, the people around me can feel at ease, and it's not just so dependent on do I feel okay? Like, can I operate normally enough to actually just like hang out like a normal person? Which feels ridiculous saying this out loud, but it's true. I also want to say that I'm excited about potentially getting off of medication. That I like to be on anxiety medication since high school. I'm 25 now. Has, again, it's helped my world completely, but it's not something I want to be dependent on. And even there was a time where I was put on medication for ADD, but it made me feel terrible, and so I've had to struggle with different attention things. But to know that I might be medicated for something that isn't actually addressing the root problem, and getting to the root of my anxiety or my attention, and not just like putting a band-aid on it, that feels really liberating, and really like there's justice there. And I would want that for other people too. I know how many people are medicated for things that are not, it's not accurate. And I think I'm just really excited that I also just don't know how this is going to affect my life, but there's something inside of me that says that it's going to change a lot of things, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how like attacking this section might translate to other parts of my life, and be kind of the glue that brings things together for me.